Welcome back to the Yoga Chat. I'm your host, Montana.
I am your host, May, and we both are suffering from a little anxiety today.
Yeah, so we are going to, May is going to guide us and all of you through a very short 10-15 minute meditation in an effort to ground and decompress because there's no denying that we're all a little on edge this week, understandably so.
Hmm.
And we thought it would be a good idea to give us a moment to ground. I know I keep
Yeah.
saying ground, but that's like the word that really, that's what I've been looking for all day today. I've been like
Yeah.
kind
So
of,
for no particular reason. There's not big historical events happening. There's
no,
nothing politically stirring in this
not at
world.
all.
Nobody's out today with signs. Everything's normal.
Did you see Pedro Luna? I have to say, yeah, no,
I did vote for Pedro. That made me giggle today.
me too. And his caption was, if this post turns political, I'm quitting the internet. We had Pedro Luna and his beautiful wife Summer on last season. So if you haven't listened to that episode, I highly recommend listening to it. He's great.
Yeah, they're great. They both are. Um, I don't know if this is gonna be a 15-minute meditation. I'm gonna probably go somewhere between five,
Oh, that's great.
10. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Actually, this is how I started my restore class last night because everybody was coming in
Cool.
and they were all like, "We really need this. We're all really stressed out." And I was like, "Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out." Um,
Before we
so
go
if Yeah,
Before
go
we
ahead.
go, before we go in, do you want to share? This was one of May's ideas earlier, and I don't forget. Do you want to share just one thing that, how did you put it? You said, May said, let's each say a positive thing we've experienced this week, like witnessing some good in humanity.
Yes, I did say that because we could focus on the stress and the anxiety, or we can try to focus on positive things just to maybe change the narrative just a little bit. One beautiful thing I witnessed was a new person came into class at Yoga 6, and we were in the back room and I was explaining all the stuff, and like three members came in, they were getting all their stuff, and they all, without being prompted or anything, they all just started introducing themselves to this new person
Mm.
and telling them about class and asking them who they were and their name and whatever. And it was like it just was a lovely connection of like, no one forced them. No one said, "Hey, everybody, let's force this interaction." It was just three members of our community that were so excited about a new person being there that they themselves went out of their way to make this person just feel really incredibly welcome. And honestly, I don't know why I'm tearing up a little bit right now, but like it just made me feel really happy because it just was as everyone was coming in talking about being stressed and anxious and the world's falling apart and whatever, this thing happened, and it was just like it was really nice that we've created that environment like within our yoga studio, and also that there are people that just like see a new person who's a little uncertain, maybe a little uncomfortable, and they like, without even thinking twice about it, went out of their way to like
Actually,
say a kind word and make them feel comfortable. And that was just really nice to witness.
I love that. That's, yeah, really special, really important. Even though you told me about that, I didn't prepare, or you asked me to share something I didn't prepare. So, um, oh, okay. I'm going to share. So I started buying from this local-ish farm. It's called the Family Cow. It's in Greensburg, PA, but they ship nationwide. And if you live in Pittsburgh or in like the surrounding Western PA area, there's different pickup locations. So I did my first order last week. I did my second order today, picked some stuff up, and I had no idea what to expect. Like I thought there was going to be like a little shuttle and it was just going to be like me at that pickup location. It was just like, here you go. And then they drive off. But when I got there, there was like a big, well, I guess I should say a small semi, like a big sized U-Haul truck, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. Um, and one of the farmers was literally there. He was the same guy today, dropping everything off, and he unloads, and there's like, I want to say probably 50 to 80 coolers. And I walked up last week and I was like, it's my first time ordering. Like, what's the MO? What do I do? And he's like, you come over here, you look at the list, you find your name, and then next to your name, it says a letter and numbers. And that lets you know what cooler all your stuff's in. So I was like, okay, cool. So I went and got my cooler. Last week I got brisket, chicken, yogurt, Greek yogurt, which is the most delicious, fluffiest, Cool Whip tasting yogurt.
Oh, yum. I gotta try that.
So good. I was expecting there to be like water on top, but
Mhm.
I opened it up and it was literally like ice cream. It's so good.
Dude, bring me a cup to the
I
studio
will.
next time you come. I love Greek yogurt, and I would
I
love
will.
to try that.
I will. And then they gave me a pint of raw milk for free, just to like t test it. I'm not milk. Ooh, just saying it makes me feel weird. I don't know. Something about milk doesn't do it for me.
Yeah,
Um, but I eat all the dairy, so at least this is like it's a raw dairy farm, and they talk about how like they're actually like grass fed and pasture raised and free roaming, and I can't even talk on like you'd have to read it how it like talks about how like the food industry allows different quote unquote farms to say that, but really it's like they just pay
right.
to say that. So they're like very passionate about actually giving clean, like raw ingredients from a happy farm. And point of this is I literally was expecting this like at this little like van to pull up and like give me a little whatever, my bags. And to see like this many people being interested in like shopping from a local farm that gives clean, healthy foods to their consumers and customers. Like I was driving away last week and like I was almost in tears because I was like, oh my gosh, like people really care. Like, and it's actually really accessible. And I'm brand new to shopping in this way. I've never done it before except for like farmers markets. And like there's just so many like people are interested and passionate about like buying local and eating healthy. And it really that is what it was a hope for humanity, honestly, in that
Good.
moment. I was yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not alone. And I was so naive to think that I was alone and that this farm was just gonna bring it to me.
So, like,
Uh,
roll up to your house with, like, a
yeah.
red wagon. "Here's your meat, miss."
So funny. But my mom also ordered, she's in Texas, and yeah, the brisket that I ordered was pre-cooked. It was the only thing that was pre-cooked. And dude, I'm from Texas and it was the best fucking brisket I've ever had. Like you picked it up and it just like fell apart. And it's
Oh,
seasoned
yum.
with all organic seasonings, no added sugars, of course. Like it's really I also got crackers this time and cheese and eggs for the first time. So
Wait, do they make the crackers?
they make the crackers, they make sourdough bread. So they make,
Ooh.
yeah, so it's sourdough crackers. They have granola, they have like kefir and kombucha, they have like sauerkraut, and kimchi, which is really, really good for your gut, um, microbiome. And there's like a bunch of stuff. They make like apple cider and maple syrup. And yeah, like there's a ton of things, and they're all made with love and with honesty. And if that's not why we're doing this meditation to look for more love and honesty, I don't know why we would do it. So, on that note, perfect segue.
On that note, um, I don't know why I feel nervous to do this right now. I do this every day, all the time. But let's get started in a comfortable, I don't know, wherever you are. If you're laying down, stay laying down. If you're sitting up, just start to lengthen the crown of your head up nice and tall. Feel the ground under your seat or the chair under your seat. Give your shoulders a roll down your back and start to close your eyes. Take a moment just to observe the way your body feels in space, the parts of you that are touching the ground, the parts of you that are touching the air. Notice if you're holding on to any tension or stress or anxiety in your body, if your mind is a little bit racy, not to judge yourself, not to label anything as right or as wrong, but just as a way to give yourself some love and some care, just the knowledge of knowing what's going on inside of you. so you can use that knowledge to take care of yourself. Start to focus on the rhythm of your breath without changing it just yet. Just notice the natural wave of inhales coming into your body. They expand you and fill your belly and your lungs. Feel the ease, the softness of your exhales, like you're letting go of something. Things that feel heavy or stuck. Take a long, slow breath in through your nose. Fill your belly and your lungs all the way. And then open your mouth, let something go. It can be a big sigh, it can be little, it can be whatever you need it to be. There's no rules. Let's do that again. Draw a long, slow breath in, fill all the way up. Big exhale, let it go. Start to think about or focus on something that makes you feel incredibly safe or supported or held. It can be a person, it can be an activity, it can be a place, a song, a pet. Focus on the feeling of that support and that safety. Start to imagine that that feeling of support and safety is filling the space in your chest around your heart. You can start to envision that it is attached to a color or a light. Notice what color it is. As you inhale, notice the color gets brighter and it starts to take up more space in your chest, slowly creeping out into your arms, down into your belly, your hips, and your legs. Like with every inhale, you're reinforcing that feeling of safety and support. The color is getting brighter, traveling further into every dark corner of your body, every bone, every muscle, every tendon. With that in mind, take a big breath in, fill all the way up. Notice your whole body full of that light, that feeling of safety and support, that warmth. And take a big breath in, let it go. That feeling of safety and support stays behind even after you breathe out. Let's do that again. Take a long, slow breath in. Big exhale. Take a moment to observe your body in space now. If you feel a little warmer, a little more held, a little safer, letting yourself take a few breaths of gratitude for that thing that you initially thought about when I said, what makes you feel safe or supported or held? As you sit here, send gratitude, send energy to that thing, that person, that place, whatever it is that gives you that feeling of safety and support. And know that no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing or what's happening outside of you, You can take a moment to sit, to close your eyes, and to breathe and to think about that thing, that feeling, even if it's something that is no longer with you and it's just a memory. You can hold it tightly and breathe into it, feel it in your body in those moments where things feel out of control or unsafe or uncertain or uncomfortable. Take another deep breath in through your nose, fill all the way up. And open your mouth, let it go. Take this last moment just to think again about what qualities that person or that thing that makes you feel so safe and supported. What are the qualities that are attached to that thing or that person? How might you be inspired by those qualities of that thing that makes you feel so safe? And how can you start to be that person for yourself and for others? Because at the end of the day, we're all just here to take care of each other, to be that safe support for the people that encounter us, even for a minute in our day, or for the people that are with us all day, every day, no matter where we are. So when you are feeling uncertain or unclear or unsafe, try to be that person. Try to have those qualities that brings that safety to yourself, to the people around you, that you can control. Take one more inhale, fill all the way up. And open your mouth, let it go. You can slowly blink your eyes open. Welcome.
Thanks,
Do you
Beth.
feel more grounded, madam?
I do. So does
Okay,
Levi.
good.
Oh, now he's
Hey,
getting up. But
buddy.
while you were speaking, I like could sense him like come over and be like, "Hmm."
Really?
Yeah.
Good. My day is made because I made a dog feel safe and supported enough to sigh, and that is enough for me.
Yes. And as soon
I
as it was over,
voted.
he left. There he is. Look, he's behind
Hey,
me.
buddy.
He's like, okay, now that I feel grounded, can we go have dinner?
It is
All
4 o'clock. That is like when Waffle starts to stand by the closet and sniff and bark.
Yeah, especially because we just had the time change. So like they've been waiting for an hour essentially.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, May. And thanks everyone for listening. We hope that you can find some peace and some light and some groundedness, even though there is plenty of chaos that's happening around us that's undeniable, and that
Yeah.
by focusing on the positive, we're not making the chaos go away. We're just allowing ourselves, in my opinion, I will speak for me. I'm allowing myself to be better equipped mentally to focus with all the chaos externally, because mentally in my own brain and body, I've got a little more control, whereas externally I've got zero. So
Yeah.
that's that. I do feel better. Thank.
Good.
All right.
Very welcome. Peace
Peace.
out, homies. Namaste.